Hello and welcome to those who are watching my little tutorial video on MotionBuilder. And one of the things I like to show you that you can do in MotionBuilder is on motion capture, and that is how to assign your motion capture file onto an actor. Once I have completed that, I will then merge or import my character in the same scene so that way our character has the same animation as our motion capture. So the first step we need to do is bring in our motion capture file. So if I go down to File and then to Motion File Import, as you can see I've been working on this for a couple of times, so it will automatically come up. So all you have to do is just navigate through where your motion capture file is. So my motion capture is Walk Turn 180. Click on that, click Open, click Import. Now we see our motion capture file in our viewer. So if I just click and drag just to see our motion capture run smoothly, yep, it runs smoothly. So the next step, second step, is to bring in our actor. So in Asset Browser, if I just click on character, it comes up with a bunch of icons. What I want is an actor, so I just click and left click and drag onto the viewer, our actor shows up. Now, before I do anything else, I want to get rid of his skeleton rig. So I'd have to go to this big blue button, click show and hide, and untick actor skeleton. Usually your actor is not invisible, so that means you can't see the point markers here, so that's right, I said it earlier on X-ray, but usually it's on normal, so you just have to change it on X-ray. The next step is to adjust our actor to the same position as our motion capture file. So I could click here, or I could click here. I prefer clicking on this side because it's much easier and it's not in the way on this side, so in case you don't click on this rotating bar. So I'll have to do. So now I've got him selected on this body part. Just rotate his body down like that. Like that. There are many ways that you can assign motion capture to an actor. I am just showing one of the basic ways how to show them and how to make it run smoothly with an actor. So if I just rotate his arm down like that and move it up a bit and just a bit like that, and move his arm about there. Also with MotionBuilder, the controls are a lot different from Maya, but that's alright because you can easily change your buttons to the same as Maya. If I go down to settings in interaction mode and just click on the arrow, I can change it to Maya. But for this, I want to leave mine on MotionBuilder because assigning your markers to a point cloud is easier. So that's why I'm just going to leave it, and I'll show you that in just a minute. So after I've just adjusted his feet now, zoom out a bit, try and get the right angle here. That should do it. So if I click on his upright leg, make his knee touch that marker, click on his lower leg, and next click on his foot and rotate his foot down to there. Now you don't have to be 100% accurate when it comes to adjusting your actor to the same motion capture position, but you do want to get as close as possible, so that way your actor runs smoothly as your motion capture file. So if I just rotate his foot down there, no, it might look a little bit awkward, but trust me, like I said, he will run very smoothly if you can get it pretty much spot on. So I'll do my best. And now his lower leg, move that there, and now his foot. That. So just to double check that my actor is in the same position as our motion capture file, I am quite happy with these arms and the way how he's positioned. So we'll just leave him like that. Now the next step we need to do is create point clouds. So if I go to marker set and create, we now see little blue circles on our actor. This is our point clouds for the actor. So I want to assign these blue dots, or these his markers, to a point cloud. To do that, I need to go down to this little tab here, and on my markers selection mask, I want to click that. So that way it allows me just to select his markers. So as you can see, I selected 2 of his markers that are on his head. I click T for translate, and if I hold Alt and left click and drag it on his head, it now says 2. So that means that these 2 markers are assigned to this point cloud on his head. So now his head will move with the motion capture of this part. Next part, I want to assign his chest. So I'll grab these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Grab 5 of them, and as usual, hold Alt, left click and drag, and let go on his chest. Do note that 5 is the maximum that you can assign. So I can't assign anymore. If I do, it will probably get rid of one of these, or it will probably just won't work at all. So do note 5 is the maximum. Now we move on to his left shoulder. Click and drag. Hold there. Grab these 2. Assign it. That one. Grab his wrist. And put that there. And then grab his hand. Do note, because this is just a basic walk cycle, I do not need to assign his fingers. But if this motion capture file was interacting with an object or giving an action or a gesture, then that's when I'll need to go to active finger settings and then adjust each marker to his point cloud to these point clouds on his fingers. But because this is just a basic walk cycle, we won't need to worry about it. So we'll just ignore that part and just move on to his right shoulder. Also, it's best to make sure that your actor is facing you, because if I was facing the back of the actor, then that means that his left shoulder wouldn't be on that side, it would be on that side. So just make sure your actor is facing you, so it's easier to assign your markers and so you don't get confused. And now we do that. Click on his right wrist. That. And click on his right hand. Do note, to deselect is not a single click. In MotionBuilder it's a double click, but as I said before, just if you had your settings as the same as Maya, it'll be just a single click. So I'll just zoom in a bit, and now we want these 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just click on that. Hold up, and on his hip. So those are 5. Those are on his hip. So if I just rotate his body a little bit. Do note, you do not have to assign every single marker to a point cloud. It's not necessary. For example, his upper thigh, there's a marker here, but there's no marker on his no point cloud on his thigh. But there is a point cloud on his knee. So I'll grab this marker and just select that to his knee. If there was a point cloud here, then I would, but it's not necessary. So now I just grab these 2 because these are on his lower leg, left leg, his shin. That one. And grab his foot. And that one. Oh, because I double clicked on a marker, it will come up with this grid. Don't panic, because I can just go back to actor up here in the navigator and double click on the actor it comes back to your actor's diagram. So just single click, hold Alt, and put him there. Almost done. Oh, we'll just leave him like that. Grab his name and put that name. Grab these two. Hold up and put them that way. And then grab his foot and oops. If you accidentally assigned a marker to the wrong point cloud, that's okay. Just double click outside here and then double click on the marker that you want. As you can tell, I double clicked on this, double click on a point cloud. As you can see, I double clicked on it. It will come up with 2 markers that are assigned. I want to get rid of them, so just click on one and press delete, and click on that one and press delete. Now it's back to 0. So let's assign that properly. Hold up, assign it to that one. There we go. That's the right one. So Alt and that one. And the very last one, his right toe. Click on that one. And now our actor is fully assigned to our motion capture. Just double check to make sure you didn't miss any or some. Yep, so our actor is fine. So our next step is to go to this active, click on active. Notice that there was a slight change. That means that your markers now move closer to that body part because the point cloud, because we assigned our markers to that point cloud. So for example, we assigned our left shoulder to the left shoulder point cloud, which means that marker moves directly closer, as close as possible to that left shoulder. So if I just left click and drag, zoom out a bit, left click and drag on the time slider, we can see that our actor moves with motion capture. Might be a little bit glitchy, like for example, let's see if we can see parts. Well, his hips are a little bit dysfunction or a little bit disformed, but that's okay. I'm not sure if his head is supposed to actually turn while he's walking, like if he's doing a catwalk or something like that, but other than that, he seems to be okay. But it matters if our character is a bit dysfunction. So that's the next step. I want to bring in a character now. So if I go down to File, there are 2 ways I could do this. I could go to Import, where is Import, or Merge. I prefer Merge because we want to merge our character in the same scene and with our motion capture file. So if I go click on Merge, as you can see, it automatically comes up for me because I have been practicing this for a couple of times. So if I just click on Gremlin and click Open, untick Import because we're not importing, we're merging him. We merge. Now we see our Gremlin. Still under the Navigator section, we go click on Characters and we double click on Gremlin. Notice his input type is to control rig. In order for my Gremlin to move as the same as the actor, I need to click on this and change it to actor. As you can see now, it's to actor, and if I go to the time slider and press play, our actor moves with the actor. Well, our Gremlin has the same as the same animation as our character, which is cool. So that's our next step, and this is the reason why we send it to Maya, is that we could render this in MotionBuilder, but there are 2 reasons why we send it to Maya. One is because MotionBuilder has limited codecs choices when it comes to rendering, and it's kind of poor quality, and so that's why we send it to Maya to render. So if I go File, Send to Maya, and Send as New Scene. So if I go to Maya, as we can see, our Gremlin is popped up into Maya. Just make sure that your Maya is connected to Mudbox and to MotionBuilder. Getting confused there. So yeah, and make sure MotionBuilder is connected to Maya. So if I just turn him on, turn his textures on, turn on the detail, high quality, no, we want viewpoint 2.0, and if I press play, we can see our gremlin moving quite smoothly in Maya. Now, if it was an action, he'll be ready to render, or if I needed to send this character to a game engine, I'll just save it as an FBX on my desktop and then do the rest from there. But that is pretty much a basic way how to assign your motion capture to an actor and then setting your character to have the same animation as your motion capture. So that we use the ghost we pretty much use the actor as a ghost. So we don't see him, as you notice that when we send our character to Maya, that the actor doesn't come up. It's because our actor is pretty much a ghost and a guideline for our motion capture. And that's pretty much the end of it, and I hope that has helped you and has taught you something new. Thank you for watching, and yeah, good luck with it.